blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, thus is your brother Dan Moses or say your Sakodi of TRC, Ghana, coming to you with the continuation of our exposés, Testimony, New World Disorder, being recorded on the 3rd of October 2022. But before we begin, we want to welcome each other by saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Ngandoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Deo, to San Yusenyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamo, Karibu, Ekabo, no, o Sanu de Zua, Enquante Ena, Mitash, Duburo, Pezaluvat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalus, Vita Iche, Ayubon, Dobridoya, Velkomen, Estan, Hozut, Walan, and Oman. Bienvenido, Namaste, Swagetam, Kush, Hamadid, Baruch, Haba, Marhaba, Wanyong Hamida, Wanying Nyejeko, Anime Nyejeko, Wezolo Novio, Mia Wezo, Akwaba to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Testimony, New World Disorder, the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and willful lies that are made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, and yet have chosen to be the very people that for the past 2 decades, 17 years, have dealt with humanity so treacherously, diabolically, by willful lies and deception, delusion, having brought humanity and the nations of the world into this total global helplessness. Blessed ones, you ought to understand that Ghana is the center of the global evil being pursued against humanity. Ghana and America, evil minds belonging to the most dangerous terrorists of the world, Nana Addo Akufo Addo, and their cronies in America. They are behind all that you are seeing on the nations of the world. Don't be distracted by what you are seeing on the nations of the world. Their ulterior agenda being pursued against the human race is to seek to take over your soul, my soul, the souls of humanity. Therefore, you are in a moment that you ought to make a decision as to whether you would let the soul takers take ownership of your soul and lead you to total damnation in hell. After all the wickedness and the evil, the helplessness that you are seeing being visited upon you and on the nations of the world, even in this very end times, or you would yield your soul over to the maker of your soul, the owner of your soul, to take ownership of your soul, that after life here on earth, you will enjoy with him in eternity in the kingdom of heaven. Christ Jesus is my Lord, and I have gladly yielded my soul over to him, and I want to commend him to you. As for me and my two tortured and abducted children and my families in Ghana, we would serve the Lord. Blessed ones, it is your choice to make. But we are most grateful to God that by this same program, we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight, that we may know exactly what to do in these times of global wickedness. So, Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder, humanity and the nations of the world. One more time, this expose is being recorded on the 3rd of October 2022. And we want to announce to the joy of humanity and the nations, Israel, Palestine, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, Muslims, Christians, Judaists, all of us, that by the grace of God, this very weekend, on Saturday, we were able to reach out to our noble Jewish sister, Israeli sister in America, and we're able to reach out to our noble Muslim brother of America, the spouse Oscar Ibudu and the wife Shelley Johnson, who reside in America. We made a phone call to the family, and by the grace of God, they are doing well. God is keeping them, the family, together, and they are still alive, although the evil work of the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, the evil geniuses at the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C., under the supervision of Montgomery County Police, the FBI, exceptionally stupid Joe Biden and his administration of having set up a Christian, a Muslim, a Judaist up to seek to kill, battle each other and to destroy each other's life. It did not stand. It did not work. And by the grace of God, Oscar Ibudu and Shelley Johnson are alive and are doing well in America. And I am in Ghana, Africa, to the joy of us all. So that is the breaking news. By the grace of God, their intent to trouble Israel, trouble Palestine, Christians, Muslims, Judaïs, that we battle each other, while they divert our attention with the total fiasco of COVID-19 did not work. You understand? They were getting exposed. They were setting Christian, Muslim, Judaïs against each other, but it did not stand. You know. So Akufo to the program, testimony, new world is God is good. When it concerns Christians, it concerns you. When it concerns me, it concerns you. It concerns Muslims, it concerns you. It concerns Judaïs, it concerns you. It concerns any member of the human race. It concerns you. We are all together in these global, terrible and evil times. Therefore, we need to reach out to each other and be rescuers. That is exactly what we are doing and have been doing. So we want to welcome you to the program, Testimony New World Disorder. It's a good news, right? Because the coward secret killers could not destroy the life of Shelley Johnson. They could not destroy the life of Oscar Ibudu. They could not destroy the life of the African. And we are alive, although the innocent fetus was lost through brutal battle and miscarriage. It's all good. Sister Shelley Johnson, brother Oscar Ibudu, it is well. God would make a way for you. The African is still alive. It is well. God bless you. We shall get in touch more. Sister, brother Oscar Ibudu in America and your precious wife, Shelley Johnson. Humanity Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Ghana, America, Africa, Europe, United Kingdom, Canada, and of the nations of the world. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. Guess what? Burkina Faso, Haiti, and the nations of the world have gotten to know that for the past almost two decades now, what has been happening to humanity on the nations of the world. This number one greatest terrorist of the world, Nana Addo Akufo, and his tribalists in Ghana, their evil cronies hiding at the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C. Those that claim that their embassy is very close to, is next to Israel, yet they act as traitors. They have practiced. They create problem of seeking to destroy their own citizen, African, this Ghanaian, and have troubled the whole human race. They are behind the global evils, and they, together with evil minds in America, they have been behind the global evils for the past 17 years. Mm? And they sought to divert our attention with the willfully orchestrated COVID outcry. It didn't stand. They woke up to see eventually that the problem that they have created, they didn't solve it. They were covering it up with COVID. They have woken up to the reality. It is there. They have orchestrated, they have engineered Russia-Ukraine situation. They have made so much noise. Now they want us to tell us that we are at the brink of nuclear war. Yet they are still waking up to the reality that the problem which they are diverting our attention from is still there. For any problem which is not solved grows. Their shout and their noise of nonsense using mailbag and monkeypox did not solve the problem. Blessed ones, Akufo to the program. Testimony, new world is all right. Any problem not solved grows. Pentagon, CIA, FBI, the intelligent community of the nations of the world. BNI permutation, NIB, CID of Ghana, the politicized national security of Ghana. Akufo to the program, testimony, new world disorder. I hold in my hands a document. Let's watch it. It is titled The Voice of a Human. The Voice of a Human. Humanity and the nations of the world. I want to shock the Pentagon, the CIA, the FBI, the politicized national security of Ghana, MI5, all of us, that this is the document which the terror government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo and Joe Biden, their cronies in our Joe Biden, have exploited ever since my arrival in Ghana on the 27th of April, for which reason they have contracted uncountable women, numerous women around in Ghana, bribe them that they might advance their cause of total nonsense, to seek to claim that the African, they are in relation, those women are in relationship with the African. So their terrorism, which caused the life of Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, they cannot be held accountable. You understand? Their terrorism, which caused the life of Jerry John Rawlings, His Excellency John Evans Fifi Atamil, innocent Ghanaian lives, politicians, religious diplomats, it doesn't matter. Their terrorism at Apieti, January 20th, 2022, doesn't matter. They have killed them and nobody can hold them accountable. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akufo to the program, testimony, new world disorder. Tactically, we have consistently, from time to time, been telling the United Nations, the Office of the Secretary General, that we would aid them to make up their false egg. We would aid the Joe Biden administration, the willful crime covering stakes in America and in Ghana. We will aid them to make up their false evidence against us. However, the bottom line is we will not accept any false evidence investigation, investigative report in this issue by the government of U.S. government, Joe Biden and his or by whoever, because those false evidence were made by bot minds paid by U.S. government taxpayer money, my taxpayer money, our taxpayer money from America. They bought criminals to do that, so we will not accept it. Period. All men are created equal. Total justice is what we demand for the heinous crimes committed against my two tortured and abducted children, Elizabeth and Grace Ohima Sarkodie. The heinous crime by this dangerous US undercover agent against Ghana and against humanity. For all men are created equal. America, Ghana, humanity, and the nations of the world. You know why? In their smartness, Joe Biden has continued to exploit this book by buying the minds of, trivial minds of women in America. It's to further their nonsense so they can kill me and get away with the medical terrorism and their heinous crimes. Joe Biden knows that in the year 2009, just around the time that Barack Obama, his superior, came to Ghana, January 10-11, 2009, to make a fool of the African people, Ghanaian people, in the interest of this dangerous US undercover, to get a heinous crime covered. When Ghana was hating Obama, and he came to make a fool, go to stand at the slave castle and declare the gate of no return, a gate of return, while he, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and the evil minds of the White House were using the innocent life of a Ghanaian to get him destroyed, and were getting innocent killed around the globe under the nonsense shout of the war on terror, endangering the peace of Israel, Palestine, and the entire human race. They made Barack Obama came to stand in Ghana and told the nonsense to the humanity that he had changed the name of the gate of no return at the Cape Coast Castle to Gate of Return because he was killing an African in America under the guise of the hunt for Osama bin Laden. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. What? Around the time Barack Obama did that evil, this document has raised the UN High Commission for Human Rights. As we see, it has the flag of the United States and has the flag of Ghana. It was crying out with the voice of a human to the United Nations, to the UN High Commission for Human Rights. This document was prepared by the African. This report was prepared under the torture, terrorizing, and persecution of his then infant Elizabeth, who was under 1 year old, and was getting tortured, terrorized, and persecuted in the interest of the dangerous US undercover agent. That was the condition I prepared that document, in the state of total fear, total assassination, and the possibility of me getting killed. I strengthened myself and produced this document. I would never have produced this document in the state it was if I was not getting tortured, if I was not getting terrorized, if I was not getting persecuted, if I was not under fear. Ghana, America, and the nations of the world. In this document, I have uncovered how, in preparation for the setup marriage between the US undercover agent and I, the CIA, the FBI, the Ghana Embassy, Washington, D.C., set me up with professional force in America by the intelligence community to subject me to rape. I became a victim of their rape. They were raping me as and when they could, for me to confess to what I know nothing about. When they thought that they must step up their evil, they sent the undercover agent in the house of God in a setup marriage to me, that if she's laying on bed with me, as my wife, whatever information that I have, if I am a terrorist, I would disclose to her. So they kill me. My own national embassy, Washington DC, Ghana, our embassy, the terrorists of Nana Akufo, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, and all the evil that troubled their own nation of America, Pentagon, they were doing this. And up till now, Joe Biden continued to buy the minds of trivial minds of women in Ghana, the winner, hoping that I would accept for them to make up false evidence against me, hoping that in spite they put a witch in the house of God in a set-up marriage to me, created problem for America, Ghana, the entire human race. They can set me up into a marriage with a Ghanaian, marriage made by political evil man, diplomatic evil man, religious evil minds, so that the evil they did to humanity and the nation, using this undercover agent, they would get me set up into a marital relationship with one of their evil geniuses. But Ghana, America, and the nations of the world, we want to announce to Joe Biden that we are not ignorant of the evil that they pursued with this woman. So I am not going to fall to any politically made marriage with any treacherous, money-loving lady whose mind they have bought in America. It will not work. It will not stand. God has been dealing with them tactically. Because no matter what they do, the end story is no justice, no peace. All men are created equal. Period. Akufo to the program, testimony, new world, this one. Humanity and the nation. Let's continue with expose part 184. This is 183. Let's continue with 184 and hear some more. What to do shall be 185. Let's get some more. I know you are just like Oliver Twist. You want some more. America, Ghana, Africa, and the nations. Oscar Ibudu is alive. Shelley Johnson is alive. The African is alive. Russia is alive. Ukraine is alive. China is alive. India is alive. Africa is alive. Asia is alive. Europe is alive. Australia is alive. We are alive. Therefore, there is hope for us in the hands of God. The head of the new terrorist cannot get us killed, because we shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Let's go to part 184. God bless you, and God bless my home, Ghana. Au revoir.